guess the bad luck when you come a little bit later, you don't have the opportunity to speak when you want to speak. My father, blessed memory, I told him I'm going to speak. He says, Shia, it's very simple. If you think you're really going to be great, go last. If you think you're not going to be so good, go first. So tonight I would have loved to go first. For surely I couldn't. The speaker who spoke before me, what can I say? The only thing that struck me is when he started crying and said, excuse me, I thought what he was saying was, excuse me, I don't see you crying. That's what, I mean, sein Gewein ist nicht besser zu ärger von uns. The question that I keep asking myself over and over in the last few years after dealing with young people who were abused is who is responsible? Who is responsible? Is it the Rabbonim? Is it justice? Is it the police department? Is it the DA's office? Is it the Rosh Hashivas? Is it parents? Is it friends? The Gaboyim? Is it the shuls? Is it the Chazonim? Who is it? Who's responsible? Let's take a look in Torah. There was a young lady who was abused. Dinah went out and she was abused. And Shimon and Levi, interesting, it wasn't Yaakov Avinu, you know, which to me is a side note that sometimes it's not best to go to the rabbis. You gotta go to the activists, not to the rabbis. All rabbis, please forgive me. But Shimon and Levi, devised a plan and said, listen, they could have gone and killed Shem. They could have killed Chamor. After all, if you brought up such a son, what type of father are you? He could have gone to the elders of the city. They said, listen, Kinderlach, who's responsible? You are all responsible. We are all responsible. I'm sorry to come with that news. We go home tonight and know we are all responsible. We are all part of society. We are responsible. If you have a title before your name, if you have letters written after your name, it makes no difference. Or if you just have a name, we are responsible. Shimon and Levi taught us that every single person in that community, and took out somewhat the punishment or made the statement for every single one in that community. The DA of Brooklyn, as other DAs, had a taina for a long time to the Orthodox community. How come we don't come forward? Today, Baruch Hashem, there are those who did come forward and are coming forward. I think the responsibility today is to make sure that when kids, or particularly Rabbanim, come forward and bring a full case, as pretty recently, not too far from here, a whole case was brought to the DA's office, that the DA's office uses everything within their power to lock up the guy forever, and even then it may be too short of a time. And let me just leave you with one more thought. I'm sitting with a young man, a survivor, and he says to me, Shia, I want one thing. I want the guy dead. It was a while ago, a number of years ago. You want the guy dead? And he said this, and please, Rabbi, listen to what he said, because I think this is where it's at. He said, it's very simple. It's midah keneged midah. That man killed me, and therefore I want him dead. Hatzlacha.